In 2008, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution that recognizes sickle cell anemia as a public health problem and one of the world's foremost genetic diseases.
Now, sickle cell anemia is a condition which affects the red blood cells in the body. With more than 100,000 babies born with the disease each year, Nigeria has the highest rate of sickle cell in the world. September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and the aim is to advocate for genotype testing and support warriors.
And joining us from Abuja is sickle cell warrior and advocate JAPHETH MAICHIBI. Good to have you join us, JAPHETH. Help us understand, especially because there is a sense of aloofness when it comes to sickle cell anemia in the country. So help us understand what a day is like in the life of a sickle cell warrior.
Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Lagos. My name is JAPHETH MAICHIBI, and I'm Abuja-based. So apparently, sickle cell, like earlier said, is a genetic blood disorder that causes severe vaso-occlusive pain to a sickle cell warrior. And honestly, the life of a sickle cell warrior is hell. It's terrible. It's a life that I wouldn't want to wish even upon my enemy. But before I go further, there's something I want to point out, that sickle cell, despite being a sickle cell warrior, know that it is not a death sentence. Okay, growing up, I was told I wouldn't make it to 15, but today I'm 31 and I'm still counting. So it is not a death sentence. Every warrior out there needs to get this. It is not a death sentence. That you have sickle cell doesn't mean that you beat yourself and just withdraw from the society. No, you're actually at an advantage because you're very intelligent being a sickle cell warrior, and you're strong because the normal AA person cannot handle a pinch of what you handle when you go into crisis and the everyday burden, because you have to live life watching over your shoulder. You don't know when the crisis will strike. You don't know when the pain will come. So you are always cautious. You're always looking out of, you're looking at what you eat, where you go to, not too much cold, not too much heat. You just have to be at equilibrium. So you see that we sickle cell warriors, we deal with a lot. We need to watch what we eat. We don't need to miss our medications, our routine medications. So the burden alone, it's not something that is a joke. It's something that is really, really, really serious. And I'm here on behalf of every sickle cell warrior. I'm here on behalf of myself and everyone going through one pain or the other. Know that sickle cell is not a death sentence. You just understand yourself, understand what works for you, know your system, observe how it works for you, and you'll be doing well. Manage yourself, drink a lot of water. Like, it's far-fetched. I can keep going and going and going and going, but it's something we really need to draw attention to.
All right.
And it's sad that
JAPHETH,
in Nigeria,
I love it when you
much
say
attention given to sickle cell.
JAPHETH, I love it when you say sickle cell is not a death sentence, and certainly you are a testimony out there, and you're living certainly the way you should live, being really intelligent. Now, talk to us about some of the things that trigger a crisis that you were talking about, so that more awareness can be created.
Okay, first things first, you have to really understand your system. You have to watch out for malaria, because when malaria strikes, you're vulnerable to crisis. Too much cold causes crisis, too much heat causes crisis, stress causes crisis, the food you eat causes crisis. You understand? So you have to be at a balance. You really have to be at a balance. No much stress, no much cold, no much heat. You'll be at equilibrium with your system. And also infections. You know, when you're exposed to infections, when there are infections in the bloodstream, crisis arises. And when this crisis arises, you are exposed to several complications, such as organ damage, again, and other complications that can lead to like bone tissues, which is something I'm currently suffering. There's a lot of complications actually, so we really need to curtail what triggers the crisis, like I've mentioned.
Right, so with crisis also comes the need for attention, whether emotional attention and support or medical attention. How can people support, whether individuals or government? How can we all support?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, JAPHETH.
Okay. Okay, first things first, there's something I want to say. The worst thing that can happen to a sickle cell warrior is lack of family love. You know, when there's no family support, there's no family love, it's one of the worst things that can happen to a sickle cell warrior, because you need the emotional support, you need the psychological support, and also you need the medical support. So when there's family love, the patient is at a lesser risk, because you know you have loved ones and you know you are not in the fight alone. When you have people always caring for you, people who understand you, people who will talk to you and give you courage and tell you, hey, we are with you in this. You know, it is really severe for a sickle cell warrior to feel alone, no family love, no friends and all that. So sickle cell is a complication that really needs both emotional support and medical support.
All right, we have to leave it here now. Thank you so much, JAPHETH MAICHIBI, for your time on the program. And we thank you for being a warrior, for standing strong for other people. And we encourage you to keep going ahead. And we support you in everything that you do. Thank you so much for being a voice.
Thank you very much.
Right.